My apologies for not getting this video out sooner. It's long overdue. While planning my photo shoots last summer, I came across an opportunity that upended all my plans for the next year. If you recall the film where I traveled to Minnesota to see the beacon lit for the anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald last year, you'll remember that I was not able to do any astrophotography due to the conditions during the trip. This time, armed with 3 cameras and a star tracker, we'll try to remedy that. Join us as we return to Split Rock. For photography enthusiasts, Split Rock Lighthouse offers an unparalleled photographic opportunity. But how many would think to stay after sunset and witness the North Shore's most precious and mostly unknown treasure? With its unique vantage point high above Lake Superior, Split Rock Lighthouse presents an incredible opportunity for astrophotography. The absence of light pollution and the tranquil surroundings create the perfect setting to capture the Milky Way in all of its glory. It was always this astrophotographer's dream to capture that shot. I had planned to travel there in early August during the new moon and capture this photo from the beacon grounds. But the weather and the smoke from the Canadian forest fires prevented me from doing so. A week later, though, the clouds were gone, but the smoke remained. For this astrophotographer, though, the call of the North Shore was just too great to ignore. Rather than inconvenience the staff with the light by coming up unscheduled, I decided to capture the shot from the shore of Lake Superior at Split Rock Lighthouse State Park. It was a blitz travel day, but I arrived just as golden hour was setting in. Even though I had everything I needed to get this job done, I was rather unprepared for this one. Totally not thinking, I dropped my suitcase off at the hotel without taking out any of my cold weather clothes. It had been 100 degrees when I left St. Louis, and I was running out of time to get where I needed to be. After running back and forth to the truck 3 times, I finally had all my gear set up. I was sitting on the shore, listening to the waves gently lapping at the rocks, and then the bugs happened. Now I've lived up there, and I knew better than to sit on the shore with shorts and short sleeves on an evening with little to no breeze during the summer in Minnesota. I was getting eaten alive by flies and then mosquitoes. I had bug spray, but they seemed to like it. Luckily, I had my Sherpa and my windbreaker in the truck. I also remembered that I had left my rain pants under the back seat the last time I was up there. Then, I remembered my thermocell. I wasn't sure if it was going to work against this onslaught though. But as soon as I turned it on, the bugs were gone, and they stayed gone. Kings to you, thermocell. While I waited for darkness to fall, which is a lot later at this latitude, I tried my hand at finding some Light with a UV light. Afterwards, however, I found out that Light is not found on this side of the lake. Oh well. After it got dark, I started getting concerned that the smoke would be too bad. Like Devil's Tower had been in June, I couldn't see the Milky Way. A Bortle 3 sky should have been epic to see. But by 10 o'clock, I started to relax. Once astronomical twilight had faded, I had no trouble seeing the Milky Way. My GoPro and Psionics did have a little trouble seeing, however. Luckily, the Nikon Z6 powered right through it. This is a single, unedited tracked frame from that night. You can see the thick smoke on the horizon up to about 20 degrees.
under a canopy of stars, time seems to stand still. As the Milky Way arcs overhead, photographers weave their visions, capturing the essence of this celestial dance.
As night drew to a close, and freezing from the lack of preparation, I packed up my gear and drove to the overlook to try and capture the sunrise. I was getting tired though, as it had been another 24-hour day in the pursuit of this dream of mine. Finally, I decided I'd had enough and that I would try to shoot the dawn on another trip up here. As I was leaving though, I saw the blood-red sun out of the corner of my eye, low in the smoke on the horizon. I was way out of position. I drove back to where I'd been the night before, but it was too late. The sun had already traversed the smoke and was rising above it. There was much grinding and gnashing of teeth, as they say. But these two shots were more than good enough. I stayed one more night and traveled up to Grand Marais. It would have been a travesty to have come all that way up and not visited. It is another dream of mine to own a sailboat and call Grand Marais Harbor my home port. I spent the evening out on Artist Point trying to get the sun inside the harbor light as it set. Another bucket list shot checked off. And then as it was getting dark, I returned to the beach where I'd had my experience that started all of this back in 2020. The smoke was actually worse that night, but again, the Z6 powered through. As I was going through all the frames I had captured, I found that I had captured 2 late Perseid fireballs. Unfortunately, the big one was captured while using a light pollution filter, and a lot of the light from the meteor was blocked. Hey, you win some, you lose some. With no more time off for the year, I headed home to put together the final result. Enjoy.